Hey everyone, it's Jack and Adam from Cultaholic.com, back again with the second news piece of the day.
I'm in a good mood now.
Are you?
I'm in a good, this lead news piece that we're about to talk about has, I've been so worried.
It saved your day.
Yeah, it really had. Not even to do with graded and, you know, it's an extra hour of TV to watch to analyse. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing that. Sometimes pay-per-views can be fun to talk about, long pay-per-views. SmackDown, don't mess with our SmackDown, Vince. Just don't do it.
Just before we begin as well, you're working a bit later today.
I am, yes. Yeah, good. Yeah. With Ben Potter from Triple Jump, we're going to be playing the entirety of the Money in the Bank 2019 card on 2K19. Tune in, Cultaholic. No, youtube.com/cultaholic/live. Let's do the news.
Let's do it. First of all, SmackDown Live is reportedly set to stay as a 2-hour show. Next up, we take a look at all of WWE's plans for tonight's Monday Night Raw. And finally, could a famous jobber be about to become a WWE trainer? So first and foremost, as you insinuated, and as I said in the headline as well, SmackDown Live is set to remain a 2-hour show despite its impending move to Fox later on this year.
Yes, this hasn't been confirmed by WWE yet.
It hasn't.
Hopefully they do that in the next half an hour or so I can sleep easy tonight.
I think the upfronts are today, the whole thing where Fox are going to present their schedule to advertisers, so hopefully we'll get more of an idea of that by tomorrow.
Yes.
But yeah, so
it's good news. The Wrap, who originally broke the story that SmackDown would be moving over to Fox, have now announced that it will indeed stay at 2 hours. 3-hour shows on a weekly basis are just a complete slog. We see it every single week. Even if Raw is a good Raw, it's still long. It's still a tough show to get through. It
can't keep those heights for 3 hours, even if, as you say, it was a good show. There's always dips, there's always things that feel like filler, probably because they are filler, because it's a 3-hour show.
Yeah, you're producing Lord of the Rings on a weekly basis.
Yes.
On a Monday night. And SmackDown, for a long time now, has, for the most part, been concise and entertaining throughout, and everybody, well, I don't want to say everybody because sanity and various other people on SmackDown haven't had that much to do, but I think they try to actually present proper storylines.
Yeah.
And it's just a far better show, and I think part of that is in part, to it being 2 hours long.
I mean, as well, you look at just another point of comparison, NXT, which is 1 hour, and I know it's different because it's pre-recorded and everything, but those shows feel so tightly booked and well done. And you know, they don't even shy away from long wrestling matches if there needs to be one.
No.
Just because they seem to have more of a plan. And again, they don't have the sort of constraint of being live every week. But I agree with you, SmackDown has felt like a much more easily digestible show.
Yeah, it's like every minute matters. Whereas Raw, it's like, oh god, we got 180 minutes here. How do we do that? Yep, throw him out there, throw her out. It's never that entertaining.
But we shouldn't totally rule out, if the Wrap's report is accurate, we shouldn't totally rule out the possibility of extra wrestling content, I suppose, as part of the Fox network, because on FS1, Fox Sports 1, which is on cable, apparently there still could be basically some sort of like, well, no one really knows the nature of the show, but more wrestling show, whether it's like a Talk and Smack style thing, or maybe 205 Live, or some sort of...
So Triple H announced earlier that there would be a show, which it was hinted at that it would be a Talking Smack style sit down, or some sort of panel show, a studio show, not live wrestling. That would remain on Tuesday nights, which seems to be going ahead.
Yes.
And I can only think that the reason for that, because that's a weird time to be doing it when your show is so much further down in the week, to compete maybe with All Elite.
Yes, because...
Just to take a few eyes off of that.
Yep, since there was the whole registering of Tuesday Night Dynamite as a trademark and everything, everyone seems to think that All Elite are gearing up towards a Tuesday night wrestling show. So yeah, maybe it would be to compete with that. It's interesting. All these developments that are happening because of All Elite as well, it's just making wrestling a lot more interesting again.
That's the thing. As a whole, wrestling, it's one of the most exciting times that I can remember in my life to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say when the weekly shows from WWE, specifically Raw, is not an especially entertaining one very often.
Yeah, but you know what? We're going to talk about it because we've got a big old preview for Raw to look at as well. Let's just get to that right now. Well, first of all, before we do, last week's Raw, it's fair to say, wasn't the best received.
People are calling it the worst Raw ever, which I disagree with, because there was still all right stuff on there.
It's not like a 95 Raw.
No, but it was still a bad Raw. I think I gave it my lowest grade ever. I think I gave 2 segments Fs or F.
Was one of them the balls segment?
One of them was the balls segment, and the other was the opening promo where the wild card rule was introduced. Yeah, let's talk about what's been advertised here This is via WWE.com. There's a fair few segments. 7 segments here have been announced already. The first being a double contract signing for Becky Two Belt. She, of course, has 2 matches coming up.
The response to our previous news video where we talked a little bit about Becky revealing her and Seth Rollins' relationship, we said Beth would be their ship name, but people have all been saying Rollins. It just makes more sense.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
It is better.
It is
less
better.
confusing. So all 3 women involved will be in the ring at that time. Charlotte and Lacey Evans, as well as Becky, of course.
Oh, that's going to be the same segment, do you reckon?
Yeah, it is.
She doesn't have to just come out later on in the show and go,
No,
she
does tend to do that, doesn't she, as well?
Does she?
Pop up a few times in an episode.
I guess so. Well, she is a double champion.
There you go.
I wonder, because at the moment, I really can't tell what's going to happen, whether she's going to keep both belts at the end of Money in the Bank or whether she's going to have lost one. I don't think she'll lose both. I think that's a bit far-fetched. But I wonder if this segment will give us any sort of clue as to what's going to happen.
Yeah, if you see Charlotte come out on top, I would suggest that Charlotte will be the one not to win her match. But I think that's the most likely one. If somebody's going to win a women's title on Sunday night, I think it's going to be Lacey.
I was thinking that as well, but it just seems very soon for her, doesn't it?
It does seem very soon, but she's tall and blonde. And
she was down in Tynemouth Beach the other day. Did you see it on her Twitter?
She did a promo, didn't she?
She did a photo shoot.
Beautiful.
Round sort of Tynemouth Beach.
Healing it up.
I don't know well, she seemed to just be having a good time.
Well, it's a great day out.
Great beach. Yeah, bloody good beach.
Why wouldn't you go there? Next up, Roman Reigns is returning for Miz TV. So I guess there's 2 of our wild cards.
Oh yeah, the wild card rule. Oh,
Roman being the second.
I forgot. You know what? I'd forgotten about the wild card rule.
So is Shane going to get involved in this? This is one of my least favourite sort of messes of a storyline at the moment. Just because Shane and Miz isn't over yet. They got a steel cage match on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And now Roman and Elias are in there as well. And Shane's feuding with everyone.
He's like when Kevin Owens was on NXT, but he was feuding with Cena as well. It's great. Oh,
it is great. It sure is great.
Yeah, I can only imagine that Shane will turn up and possibly Elias as well, because Elias seems to be like his helper. But on SmackDown, but then on Raw against The Miz, who's he got in his corner then? Who's helping him out against
Who's helping The Miz out? Well, it's not The Miz's dad.
Who's helping Shane out? Is he just on his own against The Miz on Raw? I can't even think. I'm so confused with what's going on.
Next up, the women's fatal 4-way match for Money Momentum.
Is that what it said? I thought that was just your notes.
It literally says, no, this is direct from WWE.com. 4 women in that match, of course, it's all the Raw women. Naomi, Natalya, Alexa Bliss and Dana Brooke as well. And whoever comes out of that, I would suggest also isn't winning.
I was going to say, whoever wins that, they're not going to win Money in the Bank. You never know. But one thing, I'm getting so confused, but which brand's Ember on at the moment?
Ember was drafted over to SmackDown.
Oh, was she? Right, I was going to say, whereabouts is Ember in this, but that makes a lot of sense. Unless, as per the wildcard rule, she just decides to get involved. Because it's 3, no wait 4, no wait some superstars can come.
It's an unspecified, that's what they're going with in the copy on WWE.com is now. Unspecified number, so as many as you like, or as few.
Work in kayfabe? Do they like text each other, I'm going to go over to Raw tonight, you should stay back?
No, sorry, somebody's already booked in there, you can't come in.
Check the rota. What's next? Ricochet versus Baron Corbin.
There's a match for you. It's a Raw match I've ever saw one.
I reckon there'll be shenanigans. I don't think there'll be a clean finish, in my opinion.
I don't know, because you've got Braun and Drew, the other 2 men involved in the men's Money in the Bank from Raw.
That's true as well.
It might all be a schmoz at the end. Who knows? Yeah, sorry, Braun and Drew are also facing off against one another.
It could be the classic opening segment that becomes a tag team match.
Oh, don't.
It could be Ricochet and Braun against Baron and Drew.
Now is the week to prove us wrong. After last week, they need to pull something bigger. I'm not talking like a big return or something, just some consistent storytelling.
Yeah.
Prove us wrong, please.
Yes. Well, the next one's pretty big. I don't know what it means. It's not a contract signing, but Seth Rollins and AJ Styles brace for monumental title collision. No, I'm excited for the match.
That's a pay-per-view name in itself, isn't it?
Title collision.
No, the whole thing.
Oh, right. This Sunday at Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. I'm looking forward to the match. I wonder what this will be. I guess just promo, battle, promo off.
Might open the show, maybe.
Yes.
They tend to like to bring out Seth early in the show.
Him and AJ's been a little bit heelish, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. He walked away from the tag match last week. I'm not anti an AJ heel turn at this point.
He was a great heel back in the day.
Back in the day?
2 years ago, yeah. And the last one here, because obviously Bray Wyatt's been doing his Firefly Funhouse segments, which are, you know, brilliant. I'm intrigued.
The best part of Raw, generally.
I know, but I'm worried they're falling into the trap of going on too long without anything actually happening.
How many in are we? Not counting the sort of smoky box vignettes. Is it 3 weeks in, maybe?
Maybe 2 or 3 there, maybe only 2. Yeah.
But Rambling Rabbit was ruined by the Buzzard. Mercy, not Waylon Mercy.
Right,
Mercy the Buzzard. Last week absolutely destroyed Rambling Rabbit, and so there will be a vignette where we will find out what has happened to Well, I guess we know what's happened to Rambling Rabbit.
I wonder what there's something weird's going to happen here.
Apparently he's been trying to get on various people. He's been pitching for Luke Harper to pop up on a segment. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, it's not going to happen.
The other thing as well, will Rambling Rabbit be able to get out of his contract and go over to All Elite? or is... Right, well, that's your Raw preview there. Let's go on to our final news piece. So the final news story involves, well, it's very close to my heart because obviously, no, the thing is, I regret calling myself Jack the Jobber because it implies that I'm actually a wrestler, doesn't it?
It's better than jacking, isn't it?
It is better than that, yeah, that was great. School days for me. Famous jobber to become WWE trainer. Can you think of the most, he might be the most iconic jobber in WWE history, would you say?
In WWE history, yeah, definitely.
Do you think?
Like, because you can't count, like, maybe Virgil would be up there, but Virgil had a few wins.
Yeah, storylines.
Well, Barry had a big win.
Barry.
I'm just giving that away.
It's Barry
from EastEnders. Barry Horowitz. Who's you know what? He's a bit of a journeyman. He's been going since 1979.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He spent a long time in WWE, obviously picking up loss after loss.
Yes.
And then headed over to WCW, where he did their Saturday night show as well.
Who was his big win over on Raw?
It wasn't on Raw, it was on pay-per-view. It was in your house. It was
my God.
Skip.
Oh,
the Body Donners.
Yes. Horowitz wins. There
you go.
Who was he talking to here?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think it was on a podcast, but the quote is there.
I've been in talks with WWE for the last month in terms of mentoring or coaching. What I would like to do is be a road agent or training in the ring the way I was taught. That's what I'm about. I'm also he's not said this. I'm also interested in AEW and hope that takes off for everybody's sake. Barry, what are you doing?
Yeah, you've almost got a job, mate. Why are you plugging the competition?
No.
I actually think he'd be a really great acquisition.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of, it reminds me of, because just because a wrestler was a jobber doesn't mean they, in fact, it might be a reason why they were especially trusted in the ring to be safe and consistent. Like Heath Slater, who would all the legends have a little spot with when they came back? Heath Slater.
Yeah. He's a go-to guy.
I think he'll be a trainer later on.
Couldn't agree more. It's one of the criticisms that Bill DeMott got a lot. It's like, well, what did you ever do in wrestling? People forget that it's not real.
No.
Like, he was booked to lose. It doesn't mean that he's not safe.
Norman Smiley's
maybe that's a bad example because
But Norman Smiley.
Yeah, Norman Smiley. There you go. The wiggle.
The wiggle. But he can, he's still a trainer in the performance.
Yeah, he's still down there, and you've got guys there who never made it to WWE TV. Johnny Moss is a full-time trainer.
Sarah Del Rey from Chikara, right. She's the sort of the head women's trainer. Yeah. It doesn't matter. But I feel like we're getting angry at them and it's not their fault.
Yeah, stop. Yeah.
So I think.
Good luck to Barry.
Good luck to Barry. I agree. I think he'd be pretty. Well, he's a respected veteran of the business now.
Yeah, respected is a strong word, but no, he is. Barry.
We all love him. Brooklyn Brawler might be the most iconic WWE jobber of all time.
Barry's better.
Do you think?
Yeah, okay. Like Brooklyn Brawler did other stuff. I mean, he was almost always a jobber.
He had the IC title. No, he didn't. That's Barry Horowitz. So good luck to Barry.
That's Barry Horowitz. That's your sign-off, is it, Jack?
Why are we laughing about Barry?
That's Barry Horowitz. Tune in next time for more Barry Horowitz.
I should do that more often. I've been Jack from Cultaholic.com, and that's Barry Horowitz. Thanks very much for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments section down below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter @Cultaholic and on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, then please do check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Cultaholic, where you can pledge. And don't forget, of course, most importantly of all, to hit subscribe and to join us.